Nervous, very, very dreadfully nervous I had been, and am. But why will you say that I am mad? The disease had sharpened my senses, not destroyed, not dulled them. Above all was the sense of hearing, acute. I heard all things in the heaven and in the earth. I heard many things in hell. How then am I mad? Hearken, and observe how healthily, how calmly I can tell you the whole story.
Okay guys, I'm going to show you the box first. I'm going to film this with my phone. I think it will be harder to see it from the camera that's aiming downward, and I wanted you to see the whole thing. So here is the box that the journal resides in, and my classic is Edgar Allan Poe's The Telltale Heart. And if you have read The Telltale Heart, I put it down in the description box, so if you want to read it. But the summation is that the narrator is a servant, a butler, a right-hand man to a rich elderly gentleman, and he ends up murdering the elderly gentleman, and he hides the body under the floor. But when the police come, because they're investigating a scream that was heard in the night, the man is going crazy, and, well, he's crazy anyway, but he's delusional, and he hears the heartbeat from what he thinks is the old man's heart beating underneath the floorboards, because that's where he hid the body. So the box, on the bottom half, you can see is aged and weathered and cracked. And then the top of the box has been carved out to look like floorboards with bloody little footprints leading to this Persian rug, and then the footprints lead off into that direction. So that is the outside. It's a big box. It's a big, big journal. So I'll give you the sizes in a minute. But so we open this up and open the lid. And we can hear the heartbeat. And so if you can see right here, this is a drop-down panel, and I have covered it in this super cool paper that kind of looks like light shining through floorboards if you are underneath the floor, right? And here is the heart underneath the floorboards, and it's beating. That heart was carved from, or not carved, it was sculpted from clay, and I hand painted it and all that jazz. So this is a little drop down panel. Let's see if I can get it with one hand here, sorry. And that panel flips down, you can hide things in there. But this is the little sound recorder module. It is light activated. And I recorded a heartbeat on it, and then when the box is opened and light hits this little sensor right here, then the heartbeat starts up. Isn't that cool? And it lasts for 2 minutes, the heartbeat does. And so there's that, there's the heart. And then here is the journal lying in the box. And I'm going to switch camera angles now so that we can look at the journal. Okay, so here is the journal. It measures approximately like 8.5 by a little over 11. So it's a big guy, and the spine is about close to 3 inches. I will measure that and tell you. So before we get into the journal, this is the ribbon bookmark that I've made, and it has 2 charms, and One is the heart. It's another heart. This one is made out of polymer clay, and so it has been hand painted and everything. And then on this side is the eye. And in the story, the narrator, or the butler, he fears the old man because the old man has this milky cataract eye, and the narrator comes to the conclusion that it is an evil eye and the old man is out to get him. And so that is the evil eye, and it is behind this optic, and this is about a 125, 150-year-old optic that came from one of those machines that teaches you or help doctors figure out what your prescription was. But this is a real one. It's old, and so I put that over. I just thought it kind of worked. So this is the ribbon. In between is velvet, black velvet ribbon. So that's the ribbon bookmark. And this is the journal, and in the on the front we have a dagger. And the reason why we have a dagger is because after he kills the old man, this is really gruesome, sorry, he dismembers the body and hides it underneath the floorboards. So yeah, it's kind of gruesome. But the front has been built up, and so there's different frames, and then I added metal corners in several places, and it has this beautiful background. And so here is the spine with Poe on the spine, of course, and then here is the grungy dirty back with some more corners on the back. So let's open this guy up, or we're never going to get through this video. It's like the longest video ever, and I say that all the time, but I think I might mean it this time. The ribbon that I used to close it has been really grunged up and ink stained. So there we go. So inside, let me explain. So there is a pocket right here in the front, and there are some. I've just added some little journaling cards to write on, so that you could write on those. And then there is also like here's a little bookmark, and here's another little tag in this little pocket here with the little metal clip. And what this is that I keep turning that around backwards. What this is that the man, the narrator, who remains nameless, everybody does actually in the book, he can't carry this around with him during the day while he's fulfilling his duties, and so he has a pocket notebook. And what he does is he writes in it, and then he will rip out the entries, and then he pastes them in his journal at night. And so that's why the inside of this journal there are some entries, but it is also ripped up, and it's got some extra little rippings that he didn't have the chance to put in. So so that's what this is, and I just slipped it in there. Excuse me. This is a little note to whomever gets this book. And this book is not fluffy, it's not frilly, this is a crazy guy's journal, so he's not into lace. He's not into charms. So I did some sewing just because I like the texture of sewing. I sewed some burlap twine. There are quotes from the story. There are images that have to pertain to the story, like this anatomical heart. There is a bunch of pages. I think it's nearly 300 pages. It's a massive book. There is some stamping throughout. In the beginning of the book, like this says, a butler needs to be reliable, discreet, and trustworthy. So he's taking notes. He's trying to convince himself how he is supposed to behave in the beginning. There is just some random old pages. The sheet music is from 1899, and it is Grieg, which is also dark. There is also, this is a picture of Poe. There is also some book pages from an artist that is also a Renaissance artist that is also very dark, but we'll see that in a minute. Another one of those pages. And here is a little eye symbol because he was kind of freaked out by the eye. And just a little postcard down here. A little Gothic window. You'll see receipts throughout the book because he took care of errands for the old man, and so he took care of the shopping and, you know, that kind of thing, and so there's going to be receipts kind of through the book. So this is one to a bookseller. Here is another quote that he was trying to remind himself. It says, "Household staff must at all times be at the ready of the master, day or night." I've added some book pages, and these actually happen to be Edith Holden, but I chose the book pages that had quotes and poems on them that were on the darker side. And what the narrator has done is he has gone through here and he has underlined some key passages and phrases that really resonate with him. And so this one is "Hunger into Madness," and you can see he's starting to lose it. There's some textile sewn on there. Here are some checks that he was using for his list. Here's a page of that book. Down here it says 1899. And there's a door. Some more sheet music. Another quote from the story. And I put some anatomical stampings in here. And I did sew on some random fibers and textiles. Strict reticence of speech and conduct should be observed in public. Blasphemy. There is another receipt here. And some sewing. This is a quote. This is just a Poe quote that I liked there. And just some leaves sewn behind some vellum. You can see a lot of the pages are very dark, very muted colors. This is some onion skin paper, and it is used to be little fly leaves ahead of some of the artwork. This is Albrecht Dürer, so kind of went along with the mood of the character of the book. This is some beautiful paper that was made for me by Andre. Hi, Andre! And I thought it was gorgeous, and so I put some of those pages in here. Some more underlinings. This is talking about a sick man's room where he taketh repose an hour before death. And so please read the story, because when you read the story, these will all make sense. Some more twine sewn. Some book pages. Here's another quote to himself. It says, "Unless polishing or cleaning the grand staircase, the servants should always use the back stairs." And then he puts, "Lest I push my master down the treads." So again, he's starting to lose it. And in the Dürer paintings, or these are actually etchings, there may be some hidden symbolism that our narrator has added. I'm not going to tell you where, but so that might be in there. Very dark Gothic art. I thought it's beautiful stuff, just gorgeous. There is another receipt here, another Poe quote. Here's a note to himself. It says, "It watches." And then on this side, you'll notice through the book that he gets more and more detached from reality. And so this is an anatomical illustration of an eye. Some more sheet music. He has drawn an eye here and put it in there. Some more underlinings. And there. Oh, that little fox. I wanted to have some imagery in here, but I tried to keep it more muted and more darker or more masculine. Another Poe quote here, some receipts, one on each side, and then another quote from the story. And then here's another quote to himself, must be reliable, trustworthy. But his handwriting is getting more scrawled. He was underlining here in this passage. Did some stamping and some sewing here. It's actually a very old book plate I added to that page. Discreet is what it says down here. Here is some more onion skin paper, and that comes before this page. And this is a nice big pocket, and it says on here, deliver will to solicitor. And then it says Royal Botanic Gardens, miser, wretch. And that is because he was to deliver the last will and testament of the old man to the solicitor to be filed. And in the last will, he leaves everything to the Royal Botanic Gardens, everything. And so that kind of makes our narrator angry because he's done so much for or thinks he has done so much for the old man. So we see the old man's signature down here, and then we see on this page where our narrator has been attempting to copy the handwriting because it is his goal to forge a document, forge a will. So that's why that's in there. There's some more Dur. And another receipt here. And another Edith Holden page, but this is a sparrowhawk and a stoat, so a predator and prey situation. This is digital stamping. It's a lantern, which also has something to do with the story. And up here, his notes, bleeding eye, vision haunts me. Some blood drips there. This is part of that sheet music book, and it's Grieg, and who was also kind of dark and rather tragic. So I thought it went well in here. And this, like I said, this is this book was from 1908, but still I thought using some actual vintage pieces in here was just the way to go. And there's some ink splattered here, handprint, some more onion skin, another one of those eye anatomical illustrations. Down here he puts lurcher awaits opportunity. So, and on this side I've just sewn on a piece of this this French pastry bag. I just love the colors here, and so I sewed that on. Here is another quote from the story. And another quote to himself, a butler needs. Just the back of that sheet music page. Another eye here. Down here he has scrawled trustworthy. Another quote from the book. And starting here, you'll see some ink down here in this corner where he spilled the ink water where you rinse out the ink. So there are some water damaged pages here in the back. Another quote from the book, actually the last quote of the story. Some more onion skin, some more Dur. Down And here he has scrawled honorable. A lot of things underlined here. Something he wiped his hands off on. And then the last scrawling, he has put all-seeing evil at the back. And then on the back is the Poe's signature for his end page, and my little signature down here, and then a wax seal with my initial on it. Inside this envelope is the story that has been printed out on Andre's paper. It's gorgeous. So the whole story has been printed out to read. So I just thought that needed to be in here, you know? So this is my journal for the challenge, and I hope you enjoyed it. There's also a big pocket here and a book plate down there at the bottom. So, and it's made to close with the spine on the table, just like an old book. It's made to close just like that. And the spine will fold up into itself, and then that's this one. Okay, so a little bit about the box. The sound recording module, because I know some of you are going to ask, so I'll just show you real quick. So this is what they look like, right like here. And it is super cool. It is by a company called Invite by Voice. And these are kind of like the things that some people use in greeting cards. You know, you open them up and they sing a song to you. So I wanted something that would be nice and loud, and that you'd know what it was. You'd be able to open up the box, the heartbeat would start, and it would be obvious what that was. And so these are very affordable, and it totally fit the bill. They have all kinds of sound modules, even those ones that you can put into teddy bears, you know, the little boxes, the little round ones that you punch and then they sing songs. And they just use these little like watch type batteries. So anyway, I'll put a link down in the description box to the company where I got it. And so if you need anything, it's really cool, because like back in the day, remember when we used to do dioramas in school? Well, had I had one of these, it would have been really cool to have like sound effects in your diorama. Wouldn't that be cool? This one is light activated, so there's a little rubber stopper that goes over the tip of the little sensor, so you can put that on there. And I'll put the one with the box when I sell this. I'll put the little rubber stopper so that somebody can just put that on, and then when it opens, it won't go on and off if you don't want it to, and you just take it off if you want it to activate. But then they also have them with just push buttons too to activate. So anyway, I think they're really, really cool. And so if you need anything like this, I highly recommend this company. They have great customer service too. So, all right, so there's that. And I wanted to thank everybody so very much for entering the challenge. I hope you all had a good time. The work I've seen is just phenomenal. Like, you guys are just amazing. So you guys have done a great job. The drawing will be tomorrow, so I will draw the runner-up and the winner tomorrow. I guess that's it, guys. I guess that's it. So I just wanted to show you the journal I made and the crazy creepy box that it comes in with the crazy creepy things. Why do I always go so dark? I don't know. It's just what I do. All right, guys. See you tomorrow, and we will have some more fun. Bye, guys.